Yo, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to some more Metaphor ReFantazio, and we are at the start of part 6. We've come a decent way into our journey, and so far we got a few days before we head over to Brylehaven, so let's relax and do some stuff. What can we do with Barden?
Oh, you.
Well, hello there. What are you up to? City's returned to its lively self. But were it not for all of you, thinking back, I do remember Lady Joanna disappearing at times. But I had not the slightest doubts about her then. I believed every word Joanna and Morris had to say, and I carried on without a care in the world. In some ways, the situation has shined a light upon me own weakness, and I'll not make the mistake twice.
The truth is,
I'd love to speak with you if possible. I hope you'll make some time for me. Of course.
thank you.
Thank you. I owe you. Just need your opinion on something.
And let me say it again. The town is safe now thanks to you. Couldn't be more grateful to you.
Bruh. What are you doing lurking there?
Barden! I heard you fixed up the hole in my shop's wall while I was gone. I could kiss you.
Why, 'twere no trouble at all. Your bonny wife had need of help, and we all have need of your shop.
Well, that may be, but I never knew a captain to be so generous.
My only wish is to render assistance in any way I can. Whatever wee matters I can take care of, I will. Even if they might not turn out as well as yours did.
What the hell? You bumped into me? Well, who could avoid those massive ears, you damn russant?
Looks like I need to go keep a brawl at bay. Hey, listen, both of you. Enough already. Sorry about that. Right tragedy for the town hero to see something so disgraceful.
Is everything alright?
I'm not bothered, but are you?
My skin ain't that thin yet. It's just... that kind of manky scene has been more common lately. Neighbours coming to blows. Good lads fighting. Whole town is right anxious. And that's what I wanted to discuss with you. I'm curious about you and your pals. You're all of different tribes, eh? Even got Highs made to join up with you. How exactly did you get so many different people to come together as one?
We have a shared vision.
We have a shared vision, one which will benefit everyone.
That answer's befitting of you. So that's what brought you all together. And you're the idealistic leader. So it is. What we need here is a leader everyone acknowledges. We need a new system where the people themselves govern the town.
That sounds like a fine idea.
I think that sounds like a fine idea.
I'm much assured by your words. Thanks for being so accommodating. If you can manage it, would you help me out again sometime? With your consult, I know this town will keep getting better.
How can I refuse?
I'd be happy to help.
Oh, that would be a great help. Thank you. With your support, I'll be sure to make this town a nicer place to live.
Gotta fix the camera here. There we go.
The Honorable Guardsman, Barden. Within him dwells the virtue of the Commander. Nurture thy bond with him, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
I shall protect the town you all saved.
Alright, the party can now study the commander. Interesting. Can sense the heroic embodiment of the commander from Barden. Can now study the commander in academia.
I'd be glad if you came back soon. I'll try to have good news for you by then.
Parted ways with Barden and returned to the group. Alright, let's see. Still something we can do.
What do you want to do?
Pardon?
Talk to the Mystari woman. My, how remarkable you are. A person in this town electing to speak to a Mystari like me. You see, people reject what they do not understand. That is, they reject us. They push us and our foreign religion away. Then help me understand. My word, you continue to surprise me. I must admit, you piqued my interest. Well then, shall we go have a chat? Discussion on faith in the heart of a Sanctus town.
Really?
Mystari perspective on Sanctism. Learning more about the Mystari's thoughts on the matter may help us better support those in need, right? Understanding different cultures and points of view could improve my tolerance. Want to spend some time listening to her? I want to hear. I'm pleased to hear it. Well then, let us go elsewhere to talk.
Ah, I see.
Have you been to Krigante Castle? If so, then you must have met the Sanctorus. So you already understand how deeply the state religion, Sanctism, is rooted in Martyra's history. Yet we Mystari have a faith all our own, and as such, we are scorned in this city. Though that would hardly be different elsewhere. Your religion, is it? In opposition to Sanctism somehow?
No.
For our part, we're happy to be left alone to practice our faith, but Sanctism does not appear to share this viewpoint. They persecute the Mystari here?
That's...
The Mystari are persecuted here in Martyra too? Somewhat, yes. I have heard it is more direct in places like Montario. Are you well versed in Sanctus dogma? O ye born with sin in your heart? Through adherence to the faith, ye must atone. The word, closure, is an affirmation asking for forgiveness. In other words, trust all your worries to God and ask for his forgiveness, rather the perfect doctrine for controlling a population, isn't it? Heterodox faith like ours are inconveniences not only on a religious level, but on a national one as well. That's why you two ought to exercise caution. If you openly oppose Sanctism, who knows what could happen to you? Why, even the tournament itself is perhaps another of their measures to ensure our future oppression. I learned about the connection between Sanctism and the Mystari tribe. I feel improving my understanding of a different culture has increased my tolerance.
All right.
If it pleases you.
Do come speak to me again sometime. If that is, you've a further interest in the Mystari. Talked with the Mystari woman for a while. I should get back to the inn soon.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
A road that was blocked by the landslide should be cleared by tomorrow, apparently. We set off for Browhaven as soon as it reopens.
True.
We've acquired the head we sought, but if we're to truly get in Luis's good graces, we should endeavor to stand out further from the other candidates. Yep, even after all this, we're still just a bunch of nobodies. Maybe we could improve our reputation by helping some of the people around town.
True.
Wise suggestion. Some upright behavior and altruistic deeds are just what we need to gain more recognition. Alright, so let's check if there's any bounties up
Right.
and talk to Maria if we can. Who is this? Oh, it's Stroll. Okay, let's check the bounty board first.
Thank you. You really helped me out. Take a look.
Alright, now that the kidnappings are solved, I'd say life's gotten easier. If only by a smidge. Now then, any requests you'd like to take on? Well, we completed all those.
Thank
Doesn't
you.
seem like there's anything else. Man, I feel like if I don't talk to Stroll right now, I might miss this chance. So, I better do it.
Oh, it's you.
Hey, what are you up to? Ironic how fidgety one gets when told to wait, isn't it? Heard an interesting rumor out of Grand Trad. Thought I might walk the streets to see what comes of it.
Aye.
If you're not too burdened, would you care to join me? Sure, why not?
All right.
Right. In that case, would you mind teleporting us to San Lomeo Street in Grand Trad? Apparently, there are these drifters who show up there on occasion. I can't help but wonder. Maybe they're the people I've been looking for. Transition's so sick. Grand Trad is so full of novelty. I still can't get used to all the clamor though. In Halia, the town where I grew up, you could hear a pin drop by comparison. There was still the bustle of friendship and commerce, but
But that's...
young Master Leon, it couldn't be.
Huh?
I know that voice.
Rangeeth.
Rangiv, is that truly you? You made it out safely.
Wow.
Oh, young Master Leon. My goodness, look how you've grown. Friend of yours?
Hold on.
Truth is,
He served House Haliatus when our house still stood. Never imagined I'd see him again, much less here. Rangeeth, this is BloodFox. He's a friend I've recently begun traveling with.
however...
Forgive me for saying, time has not been kind to your frame, old friend. Are you eating well? And how are the others?
That's...
After the human attack, the survivors fled to the capital. No one could make a living among the ruins in Halia, much less restore it. Most arrived here with only clothes on their backs. Their livelihoods were destroyed. Without shelter from the rain, more than a few have faded away. No, then let me help. Let me find you housing. Well, I would if I had the means. All I have left of my nobility is in name alone. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Your kindness is more than I could ask for, young master. You always said you got your heart from your parents. The only reason we're alive here today is because your parents had us evacuate to the capital. You mean to say my parents instructed you to flee here? All the more reason then that I have to help, somehow. Let's find a way to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I only wish I knew how. Who holds authority over the area you're staying in right now? An Ishkia Marquis. Lord Hydron.
I see.
A Marquis, you say? Sounds like I'll need to pay this Lord Hydron a visit. I'll see if I can negotiate the use of some vacant homes for all of Halia's refugees to live in, though I doubt my name alone is worth much in collateral. Young master, please, our woes should not be yours to shoulder. I already bear their weight, old friend. That fateful day 7 years ago, my parents acted to save as many as they could. I was just a boy, lost in the panic, and I wouldn't have escaped were it not for all of you.
Oh, definitely.
In other words, I'm only standing here today because of your swift action. So let me do what I can to give you peace in this new life.
Sure, but...
You honor us. Still, I fear your plea may fall on deaf ears with Lord Hydron. Devoted as he would seem to the church, he has brushed me off before as backwater refuse. All the more reason I should speak with him myself if that's how he sees you. Let's go talk to
Stroll.
him.
Huh?
What, you're coming too? The mission ahead of us is critically important. Rather you not have to add my personal problems to that. I'll make the time then.
Well then.
You.
Have it your way. I know better than to argue with you once your heart is set.
Thanks.
Either way, it's reassuring to have you by my side. On behalf of both me and my house, you have my gratitude. I feel Stroll's deep trust in me.
I feel more courageous when I'm with you.
You have my thanks as well, Sir Bloodfox. I have no doubt the young master is in capable hands.
Huh.
Please, enough with the young master thing. We need not stand on ceremony.
Let's head back.
I would have us meet Lord Hydron without delay. The sun is going down. Let us return for now and meet with him another day. Alright, time for some nighttime activity.
It's time.
Well, we're finally leaving this place tomorrow.
But why?
Pardon?
Say there.
Well met, eh?
Alright. Maybe we should do one last jump. Meet again, fancy jump. Raise your courage a little. I prepared an extra special rope just for you. Feel free to give it a go. But you'll die better the more courage you have. And this here's super fine rope is just 500 reeve. This one's for those who really want to risk it all. Interested? I'll take the plunge.
Good, good.
Ha! That's the spirit. But you think you'll have that spirit after coming eye to eye with the bottom of the valley? I got this. So you made up your mind about this. I can tell by the look on your face. You're committed to doing this, so I won't try to talk you out of it. Alright, looks like everything is set. Well then, get ready. I decided to step off the ledge with confidence, but I misjudged the length of the board. Did you really trip on the board? Who would have thought that the jump itself would be the least of your problems? Oh, well, that was interesting. Everybody has bad days, mate. Tell you what, take this to commemorate your survival. Here. I fumbled the leap, but my courage still improved by making the attempt.
All right.
What the hell? Galka and I discussed the test of courage as we made our way back to the others.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I've seen the state of the race with my own eyes, ladies, gents, and mad malcontents. If you wanted an update, here's your chance. So far, we've mostly seen gauntlet runner skirmishes and dueling mayhem. Now it's time for the real thing. Sounds like we've lost a few candidates already too. Poor bastards went after something too nasty for their head hunt and got themselves head hunted. We've got some candidates who have outright given up. No confidence. Can't blame them against these odds. And some others have bought and sold out of the race.
Come on! That's a bit unfair, isn't it?
I suppose money's power like anything else. Military strength's not meant to decide this race anyhow.
The question is, what's our final head count going to look like? Lots of unknowns left, people, and we'll not know the truth until the exhibition. A little bird told me one of our contenders has made a bold play in Martira. They might not even come out of it with a head.
What are they scheming then? Let's hear some details.
Sorry, chums, I'm just the crier. Can't speak for any one candidate in particular. Luckily, you'll not have long to wait now. With all that said, can't help but wonder how Count Luis is taking this, can we? My sources say he's not bothered with any of this. He's still gallivanting across the land, killing humans. And yet, even without a formal entry, Luis's voter base is still growing. Bound to have his eminence Forden grinding his teeth, that. For now, let's enjoy the show!
Right, everyone. Farewell said, particulars packed.
All that remains is to ride to Oceania with pride in our hearts.
Watch out, Luis. You won't know what hit you. Well then, off to the races, what? Old Barden's given me a detailed map of the area.
Sounds like quite a journey. I hope it won't be as bumpy as last time.
Oh no, it'll be a sight smoother. But you've got wings. What are you fussing for?
He's got a point.
Oh, there it is. Should have known the fatigue would hit eventually. About time I got some sleep. Heis, mate. Why are you on my bed? You're positively miniature, man. There are plenty of other places fit for you to sleep.
Yes. Splendid. Just magnificent.
What is he dreaming about?
I hope you've no designs on taking my bed. I have cut men down for less.
With friends like these.
Now then.
Next is Port Brilehaven, capital of the Principality of Oceania. If we punch it south out of Martyra, we'll make it in, I'd say 3 nights, 4 days or so. Nice.
Whoa!
Wow, so that's Port Brilehaven. Looks cool.
Hold on. This place.
Oh, hey!
What sort of place is Port Brilehaven exactly? It is a large city of prosperous commerce, due in no small part to its oceanside proximity. I envision droves of people will pour in for the exhibition. All the people delayed by the landslide might still be showing up. Keep an eye on the road, okay, Nearest?
Ha-ha! Tally-ho then!
Why never? Why do you think, or who do you think you're talking to? Leave it to me. Next stop, Port Brilehaven, capital of Oceania.
Leaving behind the old castle town stricken by tragedy, the Gauntlet Runner sets off toward the exhibition of the brave. Their destination, Port Brilehaven, capital of the Principality of Oceania. A world unknown to them. What will they accomplish? Acclaim? Or...
Can you hear me?
Hello there, can you hear me? Nearest's voice is echoing out of the runner phone. If you're hurting for things to do, hop on over to the lounge. I've fixed the plant culture chamber, so you can grow seeds if you've got them. Gardening. Thanks to Nearest, you can now use the plant culture chamber in the lounge. Use it to plant any seeds you have. Thanks to the magic of the igniter, your crops will be ready for harvest the very next day.
What to pick?
I don't think I have any seeds, but definitely check it out. The lounge. It's a plant growing device Nearest invented. Should be able to plant something here. Next to the device, there are some seeds. If I plant these, maybe they'll grow. Hero's fruit seed.
Isn't that...
Hero's fruit seeds. I've heard these are really rare. The adventurers have been taking them home for ages, trying to follow in the footsteps of heroes.
Hey!
We have some seeds, why not plant them? They'll grow into something usable with some tending. Sure. Hero's fruit seed.
Yep.
Let's pop the hero's fruit seed in there then. First, wet the soil, then sow the seeds. Also, these prefer more sun, so keep the soil covering to a minimum. Tend the plants with warmth and care. Spend some time planting seeds with Gallica. I'll check back later to see how they are.
The party sets off for Martira. As they watch the setting sun sink under the horizon, their gauntlet runner arrives in a land grown thick with trees. The wildlife retreats to safety before the sunlight fades, leaving only deafening silence. The anticipation that follows a journey's beginning swells in their hearts.
Oi!
Hey, have you heard? There's a bath cask on the back deck now. I've heard enough whinging about not being able to bath, so I whipped something up. It's not elegant, but it'll do the job. No doubt it would shake too much to use while traveling, but it should be lovely to enjoy a soak when we're stopped.
Speaking of,
I've heard that in certain regions, fruits and grasses are added into bathwater to relieve exhaustion and strengthen the body. Should you encounter such items, perhaps you ought to consider a purchase. Alright, bath cask. Thanks to Nurse, you can now use the bath cask on the back deck. Not only can you acquire mag by using it, but you can also add various bath salts to the water to improve your abilities.
The breeze feels nice.
Got 3 more days on the road.
But...
I can tell you're feeling stronger these days, but it's still too dangerous to go outside at night. Alright, well, let's try the bath. It's a bath cask.
Hey there!
Heard from Nearest. Apparently, we can either enter as is, or make it even better by putting something into the hot water first. If you put something that smells good, I bet it'll feel nice. A leisurely soak in here should relieve fatigue and anxiety in my mind and body. I might even get some mag as well. Take a bag. Well, I'm at it. Maybe I should put something in the hot water. Bathe as is. I don't know if this will do anything, but it's a freshly heated bath. Fragrance of the wooden cask envelops me. I should ease in and let myself acclimate. The warmth expands from my body's core as fatigue and anxiety dissipate. I obtain mag from the bath. I got out of the bath and went back after cooling off for a bit.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
That reminds me.
We'll arrive in the Ocean City the day after tomorrow. Haizme, you've erected a tent up above, haven't you? Do take care that you don't get carried off by the wind. I'm confident it will take more than that to pull the tent apart, though I suppose some caution is warranted.
Speaking of...
Worst case scenario, you've got wings. You could just fly back to us, no? My young friend, where did you hear you D's are capable of flight? I hate to disappoint, but they're rather more for gliding. In 2 days, we'll be in Port Browhaven. We've really gotten used to all this traveling, don't you think? Let's see if we can find Haizme. I wonder if he has anything to offer. not down here. He's probably up on the front deck. Oh, he isn't here either. Man, this looks really cool though. That's so sick. Alright. Where is he? I know you're here somewhere. I don't think I can find him.
Right.
Alright, I work on my eloquence then. Pride and persuasion.
What's that?
Apparently this book teaches you ways to ensure others will agree with you. This next part puts things into practice. Even if you follow the techniques explained so far to the letter, some people will still refuse to budge. Fancy words and calculated suggestions backfire on these types because they're guided by emotion rather than logic.
All right.
For them, the most effective thing to do is... Now what do you think it is? Plead with them.
Look at that.
You could start pleading for their help.
Amazing.
That's exactly right. It says to keep saying please until you wear their patience down. I guess it boils down to brute force in the end. I feel like paying close attention to the art of persuasion has increased my eloquence.
All right.
Getting close. Still, persuading everyone is a monumental task, which makes sense. Everyone has their own values and way of thinking after all. With that, I've finished the book. I feel like my understanding of the world has deepened.
Now then.
Let's go!
Eloquence. Why, that's...
Nura speaking.
I've got something on the old girl's radar, so we'll be taking a short stop.
The city ruins come to view. This place once flourished through the excavation of magma crystals by migrant workers. The work was hard, but the miners were hardy and spirited, and the promise of riches lured many here. In its time, it may have rivaled Brilhaven. However, the promise of strong magma drew forth the humans. As tragedies climbed, it became a ghost town. Now only the threatening glimmer of the crystals remain, and with the promise of abandoned riches followed the thieves. For some reason, though, they all seem to scurry home empty-handed, gripped by fear.
Wow. That's a view.
This is...
Tis a truly harrowing sight. Look at all those crystals. Simply coming here is enough to wound the soul. Chill settles into my very bones as I consider what could have occurred here. Something wrong, lad. Did the Gauntlet Runner get the best of your stomach again?
No.
No, sorry. I was just reminded of something unpleasant. Are you okay?
Everything okay?
Right.
Yeah, sorry to cause you any concern. I know what destroyed this village. with no doubt about it. This is the work of a human. Indeed, the scars left upon this place differ from the traces left behind by monster attacks or acts of war. Right. I don't know if the magla crystals are what attracted the humans here, or if the attack caused them, but my hometown will eventually... stroll. I'll make no assumptions about what runs through your mind, but I would ask you to recall the time when we cut down the human at the castle and saved all those lives with him.
That's why.
Do not allow your thoughts to dwell on negativity. A day will come when both this place and your homeland will flourish once again.
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I feel like coming face to face with the cruel decline of the village has deepened my wisdom in its own way.
All right.
Hey!
My stomach sends notice that our next meal is overdue. Why don't we head back? So I guess Nearest can read the room when he wants to, huh?
So,
let's put this place behind us.
Here.
By the by, I made another drawing. This picture will bring viewers no joy, but it is an important sight to document nonetheless. I'll take the drawing with me to ensure I never forget what happened here.
As the sun sinks below the horizon, the Gauntlet Runner arrives in a land dense with trees. The glow of the Gauntlet Runner pierces the dark, warmly enveloping them in its light.
Day after tomorrow, we'll be in a real maritime city. I bet we'll be able to see the ocean soon. First time for both of us. Ah, Heisman.
Ah, it's you.
Hello there. I've got altogether too much time on my hands. Let's say we take a little rest and talk a moment. No trace of enemies around by my eyes. Peaceful for now. Which means we get to have a little break. By recalling the past and planning for the future with Heisman, maybe I can hone my imagination. Yes.
Good grief.
Goodness, time to bid farewell to Martyra, isn't it? I can't help but feel a connection to that place. The village from which I originally hail is not far from Martyra. The air there agrees with my skin more than Grand Trad's. Despite what happened. Despite all the terrible things that you experienced. I bear no affection for the period when I was branded a kidnapper, but harbor no ill will for those whose children were taken. Speaking of which, where is your hometown? I've heard before that you received this mission from the hidden village where His Highness and the Prince resides. Alright, my apologies. I didn't mean to ask with such carelessness. Your tribe faces even harsher prejudice than the Ujif. I'll not pry if you'd rather not discuss it. There are none alive who wouldn't want to forget certain aspects of their past, myself included. But if that is truly the case, then perhaps it is not one's past that defines their character, but what they do in the present and the future. If we were to all face the future together, then perhaps someday we could find ourselves living in a world resembling the one from that novel you carry. I felt my imagination grow as Heisman and I discussed the challenges still ahead of us.
All right.
Nice. I'm glad to have such an opportunity to converse. If a good night's rest evades you, then I will keep you company in its stead. Heisman and I talked for a while.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Quite.
The salty yet strangely refreshing aroma of seawater is already upon us. At this rate, we should reach Brawlhaven by tomorrow. Seawater. I thought so. The air feels a lot more clammy, so I assume that's what it was. And so we put the forest behind us, at long last. That must mean that we've already ventured beyond where that cliff collapsed, barring passage.
I see.
It would seem it was fixed without a trace of its ruin. And speaking of ruin, Nearest, do you remember that we are relying on you for safe passage the rest of the way? Tomorrow we should be able to see the ocean.
That reminds me.
Nearest said the waters around Browhaven are kind of strange. Curious what he meant by that. Where's everyone at? Hulkenberg? Where are you? You wouldn't be on the back deck now, would you? Nope. Watchtower. Oh, this is where Hazme probably was. Man, that looks so cool. Okay. She's down below? She is not. But, I guess let's go ahead and cook. I haven't cooked in a while. Whose handwriting is that? There are notes here about new potential recipes. Want to make something? If so, we should try to have everyone teach us their culinary specialty. Let's cook it. Only Hulkenberg knows how to cook that. I'll go call her.
Hail!
I've considered this topic for quite a while. Is it not true that meat tastes better when consumed by the mouthful, rather than via tiny, polite little bites? Just my preferred method, as you can luxuriate in its full texture whilst increasing one's jaw strength. Logic behind cutting meat into small pieces eludes me. I prefer only the most restrained application of seasoning as well. It is best to let the ingredients' natural flavors thrive. If animals must forfeit their lives to sate our hunger, then the least we can do to honor them is to taste the full glory of their sacrifice. I started preparing food with Hulkenberg, making sure to follow her minimalist methods with the ingredients. And we chose prime ingredients on this day. I dare say this meal will be quite exquisite when it is complete.
Good.
Pleasing aroma, is it not? That indescribable acridity lies the dish's depth. It's so novel and unique. I've never tasted anything like this, and I may never again.
All right.
The critical meatballs are complete. An enchanting aroma, is it not? Hulkenberg and I cleaned up the kitchen. Time really flew. Enemies coming our way, or so I thought. Looks like it's that Missy's Gauntlet runner coming for us this time.
Hey!
Hey, you lot. Yeah, I'm the Gauntlet runner over there. You're not becoming king on my watch. I've got a short fuse, you know. And that means if you don't come out right now, kaboom! So the young miss says, I'm hoping you lot are willing to act. Of course.
Certainly.
Don't worry, we won't take this lying down. Wait, they're coming on board at the other end. Well, now we have to accept their challenge. Peril!
It's you! So we meet again! Maybe you got the better of me last time, but you're about to get some payback.
Give me a break, lady. Ever heard of learning from your mistakes? Sorry, but we don't intend to lose either.
Ooh, big talk. Well, I'm willing to rewrite my record if that's what it takes to be queen. My people are suffering as we speak. Who's gonna save the Parapus if I don't give it all I've got? I promised them all I'd become queen. You're all decent people, got nothing against you, but I'm not holding back.
Early bird gets the glory, what? As moth proclaimed!
Nice.
Looks like you've gotten stronger.
Face me! There's a better way. Falling back! I'll use what I must.
Ready to lose?
Come forth, Royal Sword!
Are you?
Is there another way? I'll get some distance. Magic Seeker! Come on!
That's nothing!
Who needs igniters? Stepping back, I call upon royal power within!
By the swan, come! I'll destroy you! You'll feel this one!
Good!
Not bad.
Going in for the kill!
Blunder!
Got some crits in there.
Yes!
That's nothing!
Let's buy this power. We can do this.
My thanks.
I owe you.
Let's
Are
do
you
this
prepared?
fair and square.
Power of ice!
By the
Resistant
swan
to
oath.
ice, eh?
Shut up! Why are you so strong, damn you? But this is where the real fight begins. Get ready to get stomped. Is that all? Only a flesh wound.
Face me!
That's nothing! Ice is a real ace. Magic
Get
Seeker.
crit on.
Still up? Who needs ignite? I call upon royal power within!
So fire,
Burn to
maybe.
ash!
Nice.
Let justice prevail. You are good. I crush you. No. Why? Why? I trained so much for this. This isn't supposed to happen.
Check in.
Satisfactory.
I'll strive for greater heights.
I shall strive to use this power wisely.
Voice?
I've lost.
Ah, damn. I lost again. If I could just beat you, I'd ask you to join me. But that power of yours is really something. But don't you rest easy, because I will win next time. Start preparing now, you got that? Katharina, cheer up.
Yeah?
Saw your runner, so I followed you. You're as tough as they say. Ah, Eudocricus? Eudocricus? Who do you think I am exactly? Pardon me. I know perfectly well you're the great Katharina Gran. Everyone here knows. In fact, all their hopes are pinned on you.
Oh.
Are all these people migrating to find work, even though it might kill them in the end? What other options do parapets like them have? Might be dangerous, but you've got to break some eggs to make an omelet. Yeah, this name is so strange to pronounce. Eudocricus. Wait. Take this and see if you can't stop everyone from leaving for now.
Hey.
Eudoricus. Oh, maybe that's how you say it, Eudoricus. Good news, you lot. Katharina has made a generous donation. Oh, thank you. Now we can eat for once.
Listen to me!
Listen, everyone. I know these times are trying, but this kind of work ain't the answer. If you can hold out just a little longer, I swear, I'm gonna set things right for us.
Well then.
Now, there we are. We believe in you, Katharina. I earned that money slaying a monster just a few days ago. It was meant to be the start of my royal campaign fund. It's a small price to pay for helping out my people, but it'll last them, what, a few weeks at most? I'll be heading out to find work again in no time. Just can't fathom dying to earn a living. And the fat cats are all too happy when the parapets take them up on it.
I'll make it happen.
When I'm in charge, first thing I'm gonna do is offer bounties for their bloody heads. They squeezed us dry, so I'll squeeze them right back. Will that work? Can't help but wonder if that would solve anything. Honestly, I have no idea.
But
even now, tons of those people aren't gonna survive. And I can't tell people who aren't eating today to wait until tomorrow while I think of something. I was just lucky, you know. I had the strength to push through and survive. Truth is, most people don't have that kind of strength. They need someone to provide it for them.
that's why.
You should know better than most. Those who can act gotta take action. If they don't, nothing in this bloody world's gonna change. It'll stay as rotten as it is. So many say there's nothing to be done, but they only say that because the parapets are right where they want them, beneath everybody.
It just ain't right.
They couldn't have the parapets start doing well for themselves. That would shake up the shoddy ground they're standing on. They like this twisted world just as it is. Let's change things. That's exactly what I plan on doing, BloodFox. And with anyone able to take the throne, now's the time to do it. Which means I can't just hand it to you either.
Thanks.
Much obliged, BloodFox. We may be enemies, but I like having these talks. Not as powerful as I need to be, but still. I reached out to the recruitment center, and we should be seeing bigger rewards from bounties. Go check on it. We gotta keep taking those monsters down. We'll beat this world into peace together. I can feel Katharina's indignation towards the world's absurdities, as well as her deep faith in me. The loyal hunter, Katharina, keeper inheritor of the brawler's virtues.
No.
Through thy shared bond, a new heroic embodiment slumbering within thee has come to blossom.
New power.
Bear this new power, foster this connection, and by their strength, fulfill thy destiny.
I'm not letting anyone die.
Ah, party can now study the pugilists. Pugilist archetype unlocked. You now study the pugilist in academia. Nice. Next time I see you, I'm taking you down for sure. So don't go dying on me. Damn, she's bad. Just saying.
As the shadows are stretched to their limits before darkness takes them, the Gauntlet Runner arrives in a balmy wetland. Nocturnal creatures who lay dormant beneath the fens in the light rise to seek out their prey. Meanwhile, the party rests their weary souls, fatigued by the long journey, under the protection of the Gauntlet Runner.
So we'll be arriving tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of place Brilhaven is.
Well met.
Ah, well met. I don't suppose you're as overburdened with free time as I am. I'm certainly no stranger to traveling, but I have no idea how to spend idle hours. The idea appeals. Might we talk a bit? Alright. Let's talk with Hulkenberg. I was very taken with the sandworm dish. It is incredible that pairing the unique ingredients of Martyr with Port City spices could result in something so divine. When two dissimilar things that would never meet cross paths, and unexpected synergy can occur. Put that way, could not the same be said of our powers? You might be right. I knew you'd understand. There's only one who has eaten of the same sandworm dish could. You know how, sometimes when the powers within us resonate together, they can erupt into a move we'd never have conceived of prior? Perhaps the interweaving of these various diverse powers is what we'd call a miracle.
Hail!
The hero kings of yore fought alone and were ultimately beaten. Feel the possibilities available to us as we fight together far outstrip theirs. Choosing to engage with the unknown when you encounter it can bring about the power to change the world. Now I'm really looking forward to the next city. Hulkenberg and I talked about things to come. I feel like my imagination increased.
All right.
It's getting late, but not unmanageably so. What say you? Shall we stay up a while longer? Hulkenberg and I talked for a while.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Captain? Rise and shine, what? Almost there.
Brilhaven. It's been a while.
You've been before?
My parents took me once when I was a boy. I remember the day we arrived, and waking up to the smell of the ocean. The place was crowded beyond belief. Everything was so different from our hometown in the countryside.
I felt much the same when I reached the royal capital. Quite a sight compared to my little village, with naught but fields and mountains.
To be sure. And where are you from, Hulkenberg?
You cannot guess? Surely Montario in the east. Why, the Hulkenbergs are one of that nation's most prominent aristocratic houses, if not foremost among them.
You don't say.
Well, yes. Though I've no close relationship with my parents. I've hardly seen them since I left home.
I see. Suppose we've all come a long way, haven't we?
Seems we'll make it to the exhibition just in time.
With a master at the helm, you were bound to, eh?
I really hope Joanna shows up.
We resolved to trust her. So we simply watch and wait.
Right. Everyone set and steady? Welcome, ladies and gents, to the coastal crown jewel, Port Brilhaven.
Port Brilhaven, capital of the Principality of Oceania, the western annexed state of Uchronia. A vivacious city, Brilhaven is port of call to ships of both trade and war, bustling with hardy sailors. From the natural wonders caused by Magla to the Colosseum's contests of strength, people flock here to see the marvels of a city that never sleeps. The sea guides the Gauntlet Runner into the city, alongside a warm, salty breeze.
Narrations are great.
Just look! There's water all the way to the horizon! It's kind of like the capital, but totally different!
Yes. The City of Water, Brilhaven.
Sancta Cadeau, you've brought us quite a magnificent head. How do you think it'll stack up against your competitors?
With the warrior monks at my side, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. But I won't presume to know the rankings. I humbly leave it in God's hands.
Lineup's a bit conventional for my taste so far. Oh, here comes our mysterious little underdog now. Stir things up a bit here, will you?
Ah, would you look at these spectacular gauntlet runners? They must all be worthy of kings.
Looks like Luis is still the only one with a Skyrunner, though.
No, I'm sure those blasted clergymen have some mechanism for it too. The Sanctus Church funded the Skyrunners to begin with. If you can call that flying, of course. All just piffling about with levitation magic. Only a passing acquaintanceship to real aerodynamics. Birds have never needed magic to fly. Just the mechanical ingenuity of the feathered wing. That's the kind of breakthrough I'd like to make.
Okay.
You'll see, eh? One day, I'll make those wings reality, and we'll soar like birds.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I'll have you run in the sky with me. Mark my words.
If it isn't the pretentious little gallant and his cronies. If it isn't the walking headache.
Man, this guy just mad.
Well. No head to be seen. Weren't you talking big about chasing down that Heismay fiend?
You're referring to me, yes?
You're the man. This is a joke, is it? He's your great and terrible bounty. You know there's still time to drop out before you humiliate yourself in front of the masses.
Say what you wish. He is one of us. 'Tis not his head we are offering.
Truly? You're allied with a wanted criminal? Are you all mad? Oh, your public humiliation will be quite a sight. Come, Hector.
Bitch.
And that was?
A candidate and one of Luis's henchmen. We don't exactly see eye to eye.
Yeah, because we made him look like a little bitch.
Confound it. No damn parking spaces left. Well, let's look for somewhere a bit less unpleasantly populated.
Tomorrow is finally the exhibition to present all the heads. I really hope Joanna shows up.
You needn't all sleep here tonight, you know? I can stay and wait for the cavalry. Got to give the old girl a tune-up anyway, don't I?
'Tis much appreciated. In that case, we should look for an inn about the city. Ah, and we must sample the local delights. They've far better seafood than in the capital.
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
To stop for rest, surrounded by fine food, is an uncommon blessing.
If you're sure, Nearest, then we'll leave it to you. Me, I long for a proper bed.
So be it. Let's find ourselves some lodging.
Really?
Came all this way to a big city. I think we deserve a real inn.
This is a joy!
Alright. Let us take a save.
This is a joy!
Alright, let's find us an inn.
Oh, this blooming heat.
Birdies.
All right then.
New place, exciting. Okay.
Hey, mister.
Hello.
Oh.
Need a ride?
Anywhere you want to go, I'll take you to the far bank. Anglers in Square?
Good choice.
Close.
Say,
Whoa!
You can really see the king's face from here, huh? I realized 'twas slowly moving, but its coming to Brawlhaven was beyond my expectations. I wonder why it came.
Yes.
I do suspect it keeps a watchful eye on the top candidates. It's evident that we're being observed, as we've seen from the Coronation Rock. Well, maybe that's actually for the better. Seeing that thing in the sky might make everyone really think about the kingdom's future.
Okay then.
Anyway, we better get to finding an inn we can stay at.
Ridiculous.
Even now, His Majesty's face watches on. Once the exhibition of the brave is over with, it's on to Montario next, I suppose. I never thought I'd see the royal palace entire borne aloft, let alone on skybound pilgrimage to Eucronia's 3 great cities. Royal magic. What a tremendous magic it is indeed.
Ridiculous. What do I do?
my.
Okay. Let's see. Looks like this one's blocked.
Hey.
Loveless. Look who's here. You're that Elda fellow from Martyria, ain't ya? Guess we both got ourselves marks for the exhibition. Were you hoping to stay at this inn? Sorry to disappoint you, if so, because I just got tossed out on my ear by the innkeeper. Said it's already full, and the one calling itself the come one, come all in. Some joke, eh? That's going to be an issue.
Right?
It sure is. Is there another place nearby to stay? There's 2 other inns nearby, but I'm hardly thrilled with either option. On the other side of the fountain is the Golden Corral Pavilion, where knobby wankers like Forden stay. A Parapus or an Elda staying there? Fat bloody chance. And there's an inn past the Golden Corral. But that one's twice as pricey. Rumors say that's where you'll find Luis, naturally. Probably bought out the whole place for his rabble-rousing crew.
I guess.
Think so? Guess we'd better avoid that one then. Not like we could afford it to begin with. As far as other options go, there's the Spider's Den over by the tavern. There's a dodgy-looking UG standing out front, smiling all creepy-like. Puts me right off staying there, so I'll pass. Besides, who needs an inn when there's a tavern? From this day on, I claim it as my castle.
Huh?
I doubt we'd get much sleep in a tavern. I sure wouldn't anyway. Not that this Spider's Den sounds much better. Let's talk to Stroll.
Oh.
The inn turns away all who are not of the nobility. It's infuriating. Please don't take this the wrong way, but do I no longer look the part? That's what he's upset about. Okay. Lena. I saw you in Martyra, didn't I? Another participant in the tournament, right? Were you planning to stay at this inn? Fortunately, there aren't any beds left. Because of the exhibition, everywhere is full up. And after I told myself I was going to make sure to stay somewhere nice this time, too.
I see.
That's so. This place is no good, we'll have to look for somewhere else. But wait, that gauntlet runner of yours, the one you had parked in the middle of Martyra. Hey, come on, what sort of technology does it use? Let me in on it too. It's a secret.
What?
Wow, stingy. And here I was gonna tell Dad all about it. Just so you know, I'm participating too. Got a real gauntlet runner of my own and everything. That means that if you're stubborn and refuse to tell me, I can make you do it by force. You can try.
What is it you require?
You there. You have a look about you like one of my supporters, are you? What? No? No need to be shy, dear boy. Finding yourself drawn to beauty is only natural after all.
Yeah.
Beauty is all, is my creed. More than anything, a king should be beautiful, should he not? And whichever inn I choose for my beauty rest must be worthy of my resplendent grace. Yes, like this golden corral pavilion. Alas, I doubt you have been blessed with wealth enough to enjoy a room at such a lavish place as this. This guy's a jerk. I wouldn't want to stay at an inn full of people like him anyway. Unfortunately, all the other decent inns seem to be full, so we've only got one choice left. I really don't want to, but should we check out the spider's den we heard about from Loveless earlier? Guess so.
What do I do?
Oh, on the hunt for lodging, are we? I have a spare room available. I won't refuse service to anyone. My rooms are affordable for all. Criminals? Persecuted tribes? Oh no, I wouldn't dream of turning business away.
Enjoy your stay.
Feel free to have a look at the accommodations. We can discuss payment afterwards.
Kind of freaky.
Well, this place really seems shady, but we might as well look at the room.
Well, should have figured they'd be out of the upper rooms with all the travelers in town.
'Tis a far cry from the runner, at least. I am full glad to stretch my legs again.
Did you see that giant bug just now? It was like the size of my head. It's gotta be poisonous.
It's like almost as big as your entire body.
Oh, pull yourself together. It's just a insect.
Well, listen to you. You can't have lived in a giant sandworm den and been afraid of bugs, surely.
Hence the hut.
That's why you lived in that hut?
More importantly, we must discuss tomorrow's proceedings.
Right. We meet up with Joanna, then get to the exhibition after that. Joanna will admit to the crime. The guilt of a sanctoress, especially of her status, will guilt Forden by association. That should make an impression on Louise.
Yet for all this, we need Joanna herself. Do you truly think she would join us?
We have to trust her. I mean, that's all we can really do at this point. Kinda put trust in her to come, so...
We have to trust her.
She chose to offer her own head instead of the monster's. If you ask me, she'd not have done that if she didn't believe it truly was her child. At least in part. I believe she expressed genuine parental love. I want to believe that, at least.
And what if she ends up not showing up? I mean, you're the one who got the worst of all of this in the first place.
If it comes to that, you've still got my head for the days. After all, the bounty still says I'm a kidnapper.
Balderdash will not sacrifice an innocent life for our victory. But your offer speaks highly of your spirit.
Right, we've done what we can do. All that's left is to keep our chins up and face the competition head on.
Too early yet to retire for the night. We could drop by one of the local pubs. Listen for what perks our ears. And while we're at it, might as well sit down to a proper supper, eh? Could be my last, after all.
Oh,
No.
haha, very funny. But I guess good info is important. Let's go check it out.
I won't let them take Heisme.
What are we without beauty? What do we care for promises and speeches from repulsive mouths? Beauty is everything, and it is time our country reflected that.
Okay, bro. It is not everything. Katharina over there.
Sounds like the candidates have started their speeches. Let's listen in for a bit.
With all skills and talents equal, would you see the crown atop an ugly head or a handsome one? Beauty is power. Lack one, you should lack the other. When I take the throne, all the hideous will be stripped of their titles. Together, we shall build a nation ruled only by radiant, everlasting paragons of beauty.
I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather have a leader of a nation ugly as sin, but extremely competent and like an actual good person. Just saying.
Well, he has a point about what people tend to follow.
What? This really doesn't bother you? It isn't right?
You'd rather wait for a king who was always right, then?
Well, they don't always have to be right. They just gotta make the best choices possible for the entire country.
Enough about appearance. A beautiful face cannot win wars. Without military power, the crown's voice means nothing! When I am king, I will establish a unified nation with the Rousant tribe at its head! Our tribes, our status, they mean something. You could stray from a monolith, but it will still remain. There can be no true peace without using the power we command! Hear, hear! For Rousant pride!
This guy's not even a Rousant. The hell?
What pride is there in seizing power by force? Disgraceful.
When I'm queen, all the land's corrupt upper classes will be wanted men! We'll have our guillotines sharpened and our wallets open! Those who thought to tilt the world with their heavy coppers will be a head lighter! We'll split their fortunes and toast to our help!
Preach it, Katharina! You're just what this land needs!
Wouldn't the first target be the one on the throne, then?
Everyone's just shouting all their ideals out.
These candidates are all pathetic. Nobody here even compares to Lord Luis.
Luis isn't even in the running, lad. Or Blight isn't afraid of losing to Sanctifex Fawn.
You've got it backwards, geezer. He's just not wasting his time on these windbags.
I confess, I know not how to feel. 'Tis unprecedented. Never before have our citizens come together in the street in broad daylight and shared their true feelings on king and kingdom.
Indeed. Is this really the kind of change His Majesty wanted? Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Let's go in. If we hang around too long here, we're bound to get dragged into a nasty argument.
When I'm king, pleasures will rule the city. A bar on every block and a flagon in every hand. All you can drink, all year round.
Woo! Next round's on, lovely. Let fools be content with their fool dreams. Grant me the crown, and I will make our kingdom powerful beyond imagining.
Most powerful? Doesn't really mean anything, does it? Aren't you another one of Luis's flunkies, hound? Stop barking and get back to your master.
Always about that goddamn Luis. I've been in the guard just as long as he has, you swine.
Quite a lively crowd. Looks like a great many of them came all the way here to watch the competition.
That lad there, he's an elder, isn't he? Are you a candidate too?
Well, strike me down, you're right. Never seen one of you blokes before. Might be out of luck in the race, though. You'll not stand a chance.
Pay him no mind. A drunk's words weigh nothing.
Wow, there are fish swimming in front of the store.
Ah, I've heard of this. 'Tis on the customer to fish up a catch, and the chefs will prepare it for eating.
I admit, I'm curious. Shall I sing a shanty for you as you take up rod and reel, Captain?
I got some weird, creepy creature.
Is that really edible? It doesn't look quite, natural.
By all means, let us try it.
Did she even look at it?
Why, tis delicious!
Of course.
The aroma of the sea simply floods the mouth. Ah, and what splendid crunch it has.
I guess I'll try a bite. I mean, they wouldn't let us fish up anything outright inedible. I hope.
Mustn't be picky.
Can't afford to be too picky.
Well, at least it ought to be better than the cuisine we suffered in Martira. Ugh. It's rather slimy for my liking.
I said nothing since Hulkenberg seemed to enjoy it so much, but if you're going to eat an unknown fish, might you not at least sear it first?
'Tis fine enough without, I say.
You need way higher standards, lady.
Excuse me, friends. Don't mean to interrupt your meal. I'm Batlin, a church crier for the tournament. Maybe you remember me. Sounds like you made a hell of a splash in Martira, huh? Felling a vicious beast's one thing, but not many candidates took it figuratively.
I had to do something.
With a problem like that, I had to do something.
Well, the rest of the candidates had to find themselves ahead for the lineup. Rather struck me when you all broke away from the pack so soon. So, do you have a head ready?
Well, let's see. Got a head right here, I suppose.
It's sealed, huh? Well, I'm certainly looking forward to the exhibition then. Especially considering the diversity of your little party. I've always preferred to chase an interesting lead over a sure bet. Can't help it, I'm afraid. So, I'll have a keen eye out for you, all right?
That cry is an odd one. Not really what you'd expect from a Sanctus promoter. Who is he?
I think he just finds this whole thing, like, entertaining, and it's fun for him.
Rumor has it that young candidate hasn't brought ahead. Wonder what he's playing at.
Whatever it is, he's about to get a sharp lesson in the ways of the world, poor lad.
I think he's worth keeping an eye on. Keep it under your hats, chums, but his power may rival Count Luis. I think he's just the ingredient we need to spice this race up a bit.
Right. Just got back from the pub, did you?
You wound me. Nobody trusts a radical, huh? I expect you'll see for yourself.
Yep. Joanna and Barton should reach the city by morning. And I imagine they will aim to find us in our gauntlet runner. Nurse ought to be there to greet them. When the day dawns, we should head to the gauntlet runner. Alright.
Yeesh.
The other candidates' speeches seem practically identical. I'd not trust those types of the country myself. Is there no one who can truly rival Luis or Fordham?
My apologies.
I have a favor to ask of you. Would you mind lending me any unused blankets? Sure. For defense, you understand, just in case. Otherwise, while I'm sleeping, I'd be unprotected against apologies. Against bugs. I want no contact with them whatsoever, awake or asleep, so I thought I might bundle myself in blankets at night. Yes, I know this place is warm as it is. Yes, I'm prepared for the inevitable night sweats. Nevertheless, I'd be grateful to have any spare blankets. Poor guy. Brylehaven is positively rife with tourists. I myself have long awaited the delicacies here, and indeed, 'twas so delicious. I wish to eat every fish in the restaurant's tank. Fish so fresh, it still wriggles in the mouth. Now that's a Port City specialty. What's that look about? You don't find it appetizing? She definitely is a little bizarre when it comes to cuisine.
Look at that.
Is there anything I can do? Can I go out? Okay.
Look at that.
If I'm done for the day, should I retire for the night?
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
The man's sloshed. Again.
What happened to waiting for our guests? You utter buffoon! Is this why you volunteered to stay behind?
Seems like Joanna and Barden aren't here yet.
Oh, I feared this might happen. And we've no other head to offer the judges. 'Tis a precarious position.
Let's all stay calm.
Let's all stay calm, all right?
Ah! I'm going to splash some water on my face.
What? My sincerest apologies. I wasn't expecting anyone to come in. You see...
How did you come to be here? Explain yourself!
Is something the matter, Barden?
They were here the whole time?
I'm so terribly sorry. We heard the Gauntlet Runner had a washroom, so we thought we'd freshen up a bit. I bathed first and was resting in the back room. contemplating my final day as a sanctoress.
Sir Nuris over there very decently let us in to wash up.
I couldn't stand it, old thing. Her heart would bring any right-thinking man to tears. Could have run like a bally thief in the night, but here she is, washing away her sins. It was more than a chap could bear, I say. Needed a drop of the grape and grain just to get myself through it.
The bottle's barely any emptier. Was a drop really all it took to get you drunk?
Oh, please do not blame the poor man. Talking to him has eased my heart for the trials to come. I cannot let myself betray you and regress to my vile delusions. I only sought to atone with myself before my sins are duly punished.
I understand. Thank you for coming. Then, as we agreed, please confess before the crowd when the time comes. To be honest, I'm hesitant to turn you in now you've genuinely decided to repent. I mean, we're hardly icons of virtue ourselves. In fairness, you're a woman of status, and it'll be a big crowd. We're not looking to instigate a public stoning here. You can explain yourself freely, in your own words. We can't ask anything more than that.
Thank you. Truly, I've felt so much more at peace since last we spoke. The fog has only cleared further, giving me clarity of purpose.
The fog, huh?
Thank you for everything. I do hope you win the throne.
I intend to.
Yes, I intend to.
Whoever the crown goes to, we're at least going to make sure it isn't used for evil.
At last, it seems our preparations are set. We need only trust that our plans will bear fruit.
Thank you all for waiting. The very first round of the tournament for the throne, the exhibition of the brave, is about to begin. Our monarchs-to-be will now present to the people the heads they seized to demonstrate their power as worthy of the throne. At a later date, when the second round is announced, the faces on the King's Rock, that is to say, the candidates with the top 20 approval ratings, will pass the first round.
20? 'Tis a great many eliminations in but one round.
I was hoping we'd at least make it through the first, but it might not be that simple.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your eyes to the lineup of all the gorgeous faces at the judges' table. Starting with His and Her Highnesses of Oceania and Montario!
Oh, it's her ladyship. Lord Montario's here too, eh? And the armor on that fellow over there? A general, is he?
And of course, we have the one, the only, the people's favorite, our guest from the Sanctus Church! Better known as the Miracle Saint, healer of all ills, presenting the lovely Lady Rella Cygnus!
Saint? Who's this? Someone fill me in. I've been literally living in a hole.
A brilliant healer. We've met, though a long time ago. Even as a student, she was already considered the kingdom's best in her field.
Looks like the crowd's on your side, milady. Can you give us a few words about what's on your mind as you take on the judge's mantle?
Well, I'm afraid you've rather got me on the spot. Hello, all. This city sure has, great seafood. And, well, sea creatures. Fascinating, aren't they? There's so much we still don't know about them.
Oh, I did hear about a legend of some monster in the eastern seas of Oceania. Imagine, the mind races. I'm hoping I can investigate those sightings while I'm here.
That's just great, Lady Rella. I'll just stop you there, clock's ticking and all that. But we're thrilled you're enjoying your stay.
Sometimes I can hardly believe you're my sister. Still not much of a public speaker, are you?
Oh, they're sisters. Related. Do not, please.
So she's a saint?
Well, she seems like a nice enough lady.
We'd better stop worrying about her and focus on ourselves. I don't see Luis anywhere, but I bet he's got eyes in the crowd.
Now, the time has come. Let the exhibition of the brave begin! First up is a respected gentleman of the church, Godot, the head of the monk soldiers of the Crown Theocracy.
I've no taste for needless killing. Therefore, I chose a mark with meat, abundant and edible. After the judging, it will be served in a banquet for the poor.
A stand-up fellow, my good people! Strength and compassion in one package! He's got the crowd on his side right from the start!
Interesting.
Now, is there anyone who can top this?
I can.
And we have a challenger! Second in line is the church's direct opposition, the spearhead of Count Luis's supporters, Glodell the Black Hound!
One look at the head and I know what you're thinking. Bit small, isn't it? Well, I can bloody well tell you I'm not like this smarmy git who fished up his dinner. I'll tell you what this is. Behold, the head of a hideous human! Where's your proof?
Yes, the young sod's right. How do we know that's really a human?
What drivel? Look at the thing! You think a normal beast could have a face like this?
Probably just made the damn thing yourself.
Oh, useless as ever. Did it never occur to him that the average citizen has never seen a human?
Now, everyone, let's have a little composure, please. Candidate Glodell, we're very much obliged. You may step down. Now, on to the next!
Who's this?
The size of that thing. Is that the monster of the Eastern Sea?
Someone took the beastie down. Who did the deed?
I'd heard tell of a monster tormenting the people of this beautiful port city. I could do no less than grant them respite from their suffering. Such is the duty of those with power.
Who expected anything less? His Eminence Borden is simply in another class. Suddenly the critics have all gone quiet. All I hear is gratitude.
Borden's trophy is more impressive than I expected. How are we going to make a stronger impression than that?
It's fine.
It'll be fine. If he'd gone after us, the reaction would mean we'd have been written off no matter what we presented. Let's count ourselves lucky and trust in our strategy.
Now, no dirty looks, you lot. Next is the Pagan Assassin's Prize. Let's see what head we've got now. Thank you, Candidate Julian, for that helpful, exhaustive, and I think exhausting explanation. Ooh. Now, we've had quite a succession up here, but our last is coming up now. This should wrap up our show. Now, if the last candidate, the Elden Boy, would please join us on the stage.
Where's their head?
Your pardon, madam, but would you happen to be the Lady of Martyra? Joanna the Sanctoress?
Indeed. The head they've brought is mine.
The impudence. You dare offer an honored lady of the church before these judges? This is not to be borne.
I've got something to say to you too. That you chief there. Isn't that Heismay? The same damn criminal you were supposed to be chasing?
That's the infamous Heismay. The huge chief of all things.
This. After we saved your hide on the road.
Silence! He may be a former knight, but now he's a heinous criminal who stooped to kidnapping. Anyone who claims themselves his ally should be disqualified on the spot.
Man, this guy's fucking mad, dude.
Please, wait. I have something I must confess to you all. You speak of the kidnappings that terrorized my home, Martyra. I am here to confess that the true culprit behind those atrocities was me. I was the caretaker of a hideous human in the basement of my castle. And to feed it, I abducted the innocent people of my own city.
What? Absurd! Speak sense, woman!
Master Heismay is innocent in all this. He was framed for crimes performed by my hand and in my name.
And I, Barden, captain of Martyra's Guard Corps, stand to vouch for all that she said.
Just so. It was this young candidate who killed that human, cleared me of the false charges, and dispelled the shadow over Martyra.
Thus, here I stand. My head is his to offer.
Well, that's quite a turn of events. We have our head, ladies and gentlemen, and it's unlike any we've seen yet.
How is this believable? She's an imposter. She's got to be.
Of course. That, or they're putting words in the poor woman's mouth. A sanctoress would never.
What will His Eminence Fallen do?
The Honorable Master Godot should know whether I and my words can be trusted.
'Tis true to the last word, isn't it?
Yes, Your Eminence. Without question.
Young candidate, you have done well to bring about her repentance. Now, justice must be rendered.
What? Right here and now? Your Eminence, a moment!
Thank you for your concern. But I have no objections. For a sinner like me, to confess the truth to the people has already been more than I deserve. O new king, it is my hope that you will rid the world of its twisted prejudices and common cruelties. Please, lead this country armed with the truth.
I will. I promise.
I will. I promise.
Well, folks, sometimes that's just how the curtain falls. If Sanctifex Forden turned in the biggest head, then our dark horse here has certainly turned in the heaviest. What an upset, ladies and gents! Who could see this coming?
Those crazy kids have done it again.
What a show!
Nice. After the events of the exhibition, many people seem to have taken notice of me. I hope this eventually leads to saving the prince.
Barden just departed, wishing everyone well. I suppose he aims to reach Martira before Joanna's confession does.
And Forden himself. I hardly expected the man to make himself so visible.
Likely his attempt at redirection. Keeps the blame from falling on him and the church. Can't say it didn't work, I suppose. I'm certainly not blameless in this either. It was my suggestion to make an impression by foregoing the pursuit of a monster's head in favor of a person's.
I guess, but...
Nevertheless, the Lady Joanna entrusted her final wishes to us, and we mustn't betray them. It's all we can do, really.
Not bad, pups.
We were passing on the course of a human hunt. You gave a most distinctive showing.
I suppose you're worth introducing ourselves to. I'm Fidelio, that's Basilio. Luis's right-hand men, see?
And now you walk with a Ujif at your side. Each ally of a different tribe. Fascinating.
Better to have dependable friends than familiar ones. Something we've got in common.
Not only did you expose a failing of the Sanctus Church, but you dared to bring her alive so Forden himself could do the grisly part before all his flock.
That was not our intent.
Oh, same idea, yeah? A real person's head gets more eyes on you than some decapitated beast. And now, you're the names on everyone's lips, aren't you?
Right.
Right. It worked for us.
Well said. It's quite a feat for a no-name candidate to so deftly rub Forden's face in the dirt. A wake-up call, I'm sure, for those who only know his honeyed words.
Oh, Lord Luis, we really should be going.
Juna.
Relax. They're in the middle of a conversation.
I like a show of strength as much as the next girl, but I do so hate violent spectacles. A view from the sky sounds so much more enchanting, don't you think?
So this is what's become of Luis. There was something eerie to him even as a lad, but I'd never expected him to reach such heights.
Do you suppose we have his attention?
Last time he told us we had to demonstrate our power first. I'd like to think that if he went out of his way to talk to us, that's something we earned.
Yeah.
Oh, loves, I've got a message from Count Luis. He says he'll be sending a messenger along soon, so stay in the city, would you? And I have to say, I might not want to let you out of my sight either.
Okay. Let's
Master Luis.
let's chill.
Master Luis was just here.
What happened?
Well, he just left. You weren't told?
We'd better be getting back as well.
Damn it! What's so special about those fools?
He mad, he mad.
Luis is having a go for Popeye, eh? Are you officially all flunkies in arms now, then?
It's not a done deal.
It's not a done deal.
Still, it is a significant step forward. We've crossed a dangerous bridge, and the risk paid off. We have finally taken the first step in saving His Highness the Prince. If we can get the formula, then we yet have a chance of lifting the curse.
How fares His Highness, anyway? He still fights?
I took a look in the Farsight mirror a while ago. He's still asleep. But nothing's changed about his condition.
And do we know where this formula is?
No, but he's bound to keep it somewhere secret if it's evidence linking him to the assassination. Still, a formula would be useless unless it's within arm's reach for emergencies.
If it's something he'd keep close, then...
Likely in his pocket, right?
Would he keep it in his pocket?
I doubt it. I mean, what if it slipped out? Maybe somewhere less precarious. Like in his gauntlet runner?
Yeah, possibly.
Do you really suppose it would be in the runner he uses even today? The incident was near a decade ago.
It's as good a chance as any. Getting inside would be a pain for anyone else, including us.
He said he would send a messenger. Perhaps it would be wise to wait until we've heard his missive.
Good point. Let's just wait for word then.
Joanna! A backwater sanctuarist denies me my moment of triumph! She defiles the very church itself. Oh, and naturally it was an elder of all people who stood her before me. Will that benighted tribe never stop dogging my heels?
Bro, what?
An idea occurs, Your Eminence. For the tournament's next challenge, let us center the competition on a show of piety. Make them prove their Sanctus faith. After all, Sanctism is the state religion. It would be the barest of leaps to suggest that loyalty to the Church is loyalty to the state.
I assume you have a plan?
He talks about Eldon's, like, ruining his plan and stuff, yet out of all of the tribes, I have yet to see a single Elder.
Altaberry's our next destination. The very seat of the faith outside the capital. I thought we might propose another hunt. This time for relics.
Ah, the so-called divine relics. Those false idols the pagans consider relics of their gods.
What need does the world have for gods beyond ours? Soon, they will talk of nothing but how to win the Sanctus Church's favor. Your Eminence's influence would be sure to reach even greater heights.
And in the pagan lands, the greedier candidates will plunder and pillage for idols as they see fit. Fine footholds for our missionaries, all without getting our hands dirty. The collection of divine relics should be a spectacle held on Saint's Day. Our divine right will be undeniable. Once I take the throne, I will re-establish that these relics originally belonged to the Sanctus Church, and that they were ransacked from us in the course of history.
Your Eminence, on that day, I should be grateful to be honored with a proper title.
Say no more. A concession only fair for the right hand of the Sanctifex.
Ever at your service. You do not bow your head.
Oh, humblest apologies.
What troubles you, my child?
Well, my concern would be about the risks involved. Some theories suggest even the royal scepter was originally one of these relics. In the unlikely event that a divine relic were to be found to nullify the king's magic...
If such a relic existed, it would have been found long ago. You burden yourself with such fears. All you need to do is be a good saint. Smile, wave, and bless.
Rella, you are to return to the royal capital and gather the people under my banner.
Understood.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Hello? A word. Some odd blighter left a letter for you last night. Said he was Luis's man. Night Prowler, today, come. Bit curt if I'm honest, hardly diplomatic. Seems like this Night Prowler place is some sort of pub or club. But do you know where it is?
On the city's outskirts. Seemed fairly dingy to my eyes. I can't imagine Luis at a haunt like that.
You think it's a trap? Maybe he's caught on to us?
If he wanted to trap us, I doubt he would make it so obvious. Though that doesn't guarantee our safety there, of course.
We have little other option but to show up.
I'll hang about in the runner. Keep myself busy with tinkering. Let me know if you talk yourself onto Luis's craft, eh?
Right then. Let's be off to this Night Prowler.
The Night Prowler, huh?
Let's hurry.
Place should be on the edge of town, I've heard. Ferryman should know how to get there.
Oi there! Well met, eh?
Oh, let's take us a save real quick.
Wonderful.
All right then.
2 ports. Let's try this nearest one.
Oi! Oi!
Where are you off to? We'll take you where you need to go. No need for coin. We work for the city. Night Prowler. Ah, so you're the ones, them brothers we're talking about then. I've heard all about it. So go on. Hop in right behind me. Ooh.
Well, look who it is. Appreciate you coming out.
So it was you two.
You expected us to roll out the red carpet right into our headquarters. Consider this a pre-show. Still, you really are just a kid, aren't you?
And you're one to talk?
I wouldn't go having a laugh at me big brother's expense. That's when I get to step in. Make some points for my own life.
You are brothers. And he is the elder?
Sometimes it be like that.
And here I thought the Magnus brothers' name was making the rounds. Shame that. It's fine. First offense and all won't kill you yet. Besides, Lord Luis has taken quite a shine to you lot. Before we let you see him, I have a question. I want you to think long and hard before you answer, right?
We're getting sinister looks from the whole pub.
What kind of king are you selling yourself to be exactly? Go on, let's have the pitch.
Well, I guess in this scenario, it's kind of a white lie, but it's still truthful to some extent. I don't want to be king.
To be honest, I don't really want to be king.
Of course you don't. If you did, we'd kill you on the spot. You're not doing yourself any favors here, are you?
Let's drop the pretenses, shall we? We were all about impressing Luis, and we've done that. You're all about results, aren't you?
You'll answer the question from me too. Why do you want to serve Master Luis? No lies now.
I'm in love with Juno. Okay, that might not be a great option to say. Although, I would like to say it, but probably not a good idea. Well, I don't like Forden or his church.
I don't like Forden or his church.
Too right. They have no idea what justice is. Ah, but you had a sanctoress publicly executed so you could get ahead. Not in a position to moralize, are you?
We don't expect everyone to take our side. We're just here to right wrongs, that's all.
Whatever. You got some brass to you, I'll give you that much. Already got more accomplished than Agdal ever did. You seem like the types to make yourselves useful.
Not many get Ardel's blessing. It's worth celebrating that. For now, you're in.
Someone like you should already know what it's like. The minority tribes face walls and barriers everywhere they look in society. Our greatest hope rides with Master Luis. We'll do whatever it takes to make him king, and starting today, so will you. Come on then. Master Luis is waiting for you inside his gauntlet runner, the Caradrius.
And no funny business up there, yeah? Nothing gets past the King's magic, and Lord Luis is one of the top candidates. We've captured some, what, 10 odd assassins now? Lord Luis uses them for magic experiments, and, well, you know how that ends.
Oh man, what's about to happen?
We finally have access to Luis's headquarters.
It's a valuable opportunity. Ideally, while most of our group is meeting with Luis, someone else can do a quick search inside.
Wait,
Gallica.
There's no one more suitable. Anyone else, and he'd question their absence.
You're putting a solo infiltration on my tiny shoulders? But fine, I'll do it.
Once we're in the Skyrunner, we'll assess the situation, then deal with our own tasks.
Why does this feel like it's gonna go so badly?
Where?
It's already sunset. Time flies by so fast.
So?
Luis's gauntlet runner, the Caradrius, is stationed in Warship Harbor. Let's take a ferry to get us over there. Rare to see sober folks around these parts, but I appreciate it. Where are you off to then?
Hello there.
You want to go to Warship Harbor? That's no place to visit after a piss up. But alright, mind yourself and climb aboard.
Incredible.
It didn't hit me until we got right up close to it. But this runner really is huge.
Hey!
Oi, over here. Keep your heads out of the clouds, will ya?
Sam!
You bumpkins can fawn over the Caradrius all you want later. You won't be flying for a good while anyway. What with the soiree and all.
Huh.
Soiree, what's that? Hey, Bass. How about you don't go telling them anything they don't need to know? We aren't officially friends yet. Now follow me. I'll give you the grand
Got
tour.
it.
Oh, and friendly warning, be on your best behavior. You try anything clever, you're dead on the spot. make a rude comment to Lord Luis, dead on the spot. Got it? Not shy about making threats. We'll stay on his good side, okay?
Seriously.
Let's not test his patience then, eh? Lord Luis is in the reception room, and you don't want to keep him waiting.
We're off.
This feels sketch. Okay. Let's save. Alright, let's go see Luis.
Check this out.
At last.
We got to seize the first foothold for our infiltration. Soon enough, Luis will be within our grasp.
Indeed.
This runner bears more in common with a castle than a carriage. I can hardly imagine what its interior must be like.
Understood.
It is impossible to discern how much trust the brothers will afford us. Keeping our guard up around them will be crucial. This feels like it's gonna be a big dungeon.
Got it.
And here we are. Go on in.
I'm leaving.
Don't wander off until you get used to it. This place can be a real maze. Yeah, I'll bet.
Oh, yeah?
Wow, there's so many soldiers here. I suppose we should have expected as much from Luis's stronghold. I feel like we're always being watched.
Well,
like it or not, another recruit is always going to stand out. But we're on the same side as all of them for now, so stand tall.
And yet...
Oi! You're not serious. Got it.
The reception room is on the top floor. This lift will get you there.
What in the...
What was that? Happens to everyone. Is that some sort of magic-controlled locking mechanism?
Yeah?
It keeps the suspicious element out. You know, like the bastards pretending they're grunts when they're actually assassins.
I see.
Seems like a secure system. I assume you need a key to get around.
Yeah.
Yep, there's different keys for different areas. Only a select few ranking soldiers have them. If you want to walk freely around the runner, then you're going to have to move up our ranks a bit first.
Evidently.
Keys are only given to ranking soldiers, is it? Navigating this place may prove difficult without those in our possession. We'll need to acquire them then. Oi, already trading treacherous whispers amongst yourselves, eh? Quit with the gossip and get on already.
Oh, nice.
It's much bigger than I thought. I almost forget we're inside a gauntlet runner. Quit looking around so much. Now what do we got here? Are we letting schoolboys in the ranks now? These kids are our new recruits? So that's all it took, eh? A little show at the exhibition. Used to be you'd have to prove yourself before you could stand with the Count's men.
No.
They got Lord Luis's approval. If that's not enough for you, I'd keep it to yourself. Before someone knocks you off that pedestal.
What's the meaning of this?
What? These pissants against me? Please. I'm a bloody sergeant. We could settle this right here, right now. They'll be wiping you off the walls.
Don't even try it.
I'll leave it out, Zen. Get your arse back to your post. That's an order.
Understood?
Just get this through your tiny heads. Power is everything around here. I give you 3 days at most till you run home. Tails between your legs.
Seriously.
You just gonna stand there? Or are you gonna move? Come on.
Here?
This would be Lord Luis's quarters? Just a reception room, lass. You'd be daft to show a pack of strangers straight to his private quarters, wouldn't he?
Alright.
Lord Luis is waiting inside. Enter.
Hey.
Guess that's my cue. I'll try looking around for this formula. Be careful. Lots of sharp eyes about. I'll try. You all stay safe too. See you soon, I hope.
A beautiful city, Brylehaven. But it is its identity I truly respect. Oceana's navy might well have won them the Annex War, if your Cronia hadn't chosen to forgo their honor and launch an opportunist attack in the wake of a storm. Even now, united in the kingdom, their pride in their power is what keeps this city alive. You wish to join my ranks. I need ask little else. Instead, I would hear what you wish to know most. Ask and I will answer. That is why I've bid you come.
Here we go.
He's testing us. What should I ask? What's your plan against Forden?
How do you plan on winning against Forden?
I will kill him. Not that my victory rests on doing so. That man and Sanctism both are malignant tumors in this country's flesh and must be excised to save it.
Aren't candidates protected by the king's magic?
The king is not a god. There is always a way. It is clear no small conviction drives you. Perhaps keeping you close will prove useful. You, assembled company, I hereby permit you to enter my service.
We are much obliged.
This is a heart of magic silver. Cut your finger and let the blood fall. A proper rite of loyalty. Shows how all our blood flows through the same heart.
Watch yourselves, though. If your own heart's not true to our cause, well, it's not just a drop you lose. Might take off a whole limb.
You hesitate.
It's just
that.
Fear and anxiety. They always lead the people astray. But power and order trumps all. That is the crux of my work.
Seems we have no choice.
Good. It would appear we've passed.
Ha! Look at you, like knock-kneed lambs. Just having a bit of fun with you, eh? You think I'd go to all that effort?
On August 13th, I intend to hold a soiree in this city. It seems a fine opportunity for you to make your debut in my retinue.
Very exclusive, see? Only for those good enough to be part of our campaign. You should feel honored.
As my gauntlet runner requires some maintenance, the party shall be held at the feast hall where I'm staying. In the meantime, do as you will.
I wonder how Gallica's search is going.
Only this area feels any different from the rest. I need a key to get in, though. It'd be nice if I could see what's going on in here, too.
Is that boy candidate here already?
Meeting with Count Luis as we speak, I think. Didn't think he'd end up on our side.
I expect we'll run into each other on the job, eh? That said, let's get back to our rounds.
Yikes! They're coming this way! I have to hide! Is this the other side of that door? Never thought it'd lead to a place like this. This area just screams suspicious with all the guards. The formula's gotta be somewhere around here. Is someone coming? Figures they'd show up now. Isn't that the songstress? What is she doing here?
Lady Juna, is something amiss?
I do recall saying I didn't need a personal guard today.
Yes, but this is Luis's personal quarters, and we thought in case you needed...
Well, I don't. You can do your guarding downstairs for today. Do you understand? And, well... I mean, do you really want to be guarding this door when Count Luis returns? Oh, the things you would hear. How awkward for us both.
You mean... Idiot, don't make the lady repeat herself. Apologies, my lady. We'll make ourselves scarce.
Close one. Opportunities like this are so few and far between. I've got to get this back in place. Oh, wonderful. How were these arranged again? A magic spell? Is that the formula? Just my luck. I can't carry out something that big. But now I know where it is.
Jolly good! You've got the man's eyes on you. Now that you've sworn fealty, we can get right down in the guts of his Skyrunner.
I worry for Gallica. Perhaps we ask too much of her. I hope she's all right.
Ah, it seems you worried for naught.
I'm back!
Phew. You're clearly bursting with good news, too.
I know, right? I found where the formula is! I'm pretty sure I saw the real thing. Even if it wasn't, I'd bet the real one's somewhere in that room.
Masterfully done. We could have asked no better an infiltrator.
That songstress Juno was there too. I'm pretty sure it was Luis's private quarters. So I have to wonder what she was doing there.
Whatever the case, I assume you could lead the way to the room?
Well, yes, but it might be a bit tricky. To get to Luis's quarters, we'd need to go through the crew quarters, then through the starboard corridor, or the port corridor. You need a key to get into each of the divisions. Whoever's in charge at each guard post has one. Luis's private quarters have a special key too. That one's held by the representative on the bridge.
In short, we'll need to pass through 3 blocks. The crew quarters, either the starboard or port corridor, and the bridge.
It looked like he's usually got his quarters under guard, so we'll want to pick a time of day when there'll be less people around.
If we need it less crowded, then how about the night of the soiree? Surely it would be a skeleton crew.
Apparently this soiree will be held at the luxury inn that caters exclusively to the upper class. The soldiers manning his runner are bound to have duties in town that day. But wouldn't they, like, expect us to be there?
He would have us debut as his supporters on that night. How would we get away with not being present?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe if we just excuse ourselves for a short time? We've got plenty of time to prepare. Securing an infiltration route, finding out when it will be less crowded, this is all work we can get done in advance. On the night of, Gallica and one other will slip out, swipe the formula, then return by the shortest route possible.
Have anyone in mind? My hearing makes stealth jobs simple work.
No. I think he'd be our best bet.
You would have the guest of honor himself absent?
This is Luis we're talking about. He's bound to notice any absence. If we've lost on that front already, we might as well send our strongest.
What do you think? It would be risky as a near solo infiltration. Are you up to the task?
We'll have to make it work.
We'll just have to make it work.
You truly mean that?
Seriously. We're jumping from tightrope to tightrope here. We'll have to prep our infiltration strategy tomorrow. For now, let's get back to the inn and get some rest.
That reminds me.
By the way, do you remember the man we met in Luis's Gauntlet Runner? He seemed very proud of his strength.
Yes.
He was rather full of himself, yes. Sergeant Xanth, was it? He got told to go back to his post, which makes me wonder. He might be in charge of one of the runner's sectors.
I see.
That would be unfortunate. I could tell his strength was formidable, even to be near him. I doubt he would simply let us pass. In any case, we should probably rest for today. We can talk in more detail in the morning.
Got it?
The success of our infiltration depends entirely on our preparations after tomorrow. Don't worry, as long as we work together, we'll find the solution.
May I speak?
The day of the Prince's awakening may be nearer than we realize. We gotta make our preparations before that soiree. The songstress has been in Luis's private chambers. Not that I would judge her, I suppose. At any rate, the operation begins tomorrow. Rest well tonight. Damn it!
Look at that.
Let's rest.
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Now then.
Starting today, we need to work on an infiltration route to Luis's private quarters. The issue is those in charge of each area, the ones holding the keys. It would seem they make a formidable lineup. What shall we do? Maybe the simplest option is the best option. Get them alone, beat their key from them, and push forward.
Even so,
if we mean to attack, a short, decisive encounter is the order of the day. If they call for reinforcements, we may not fare so well.
Yes.
Luis's subordinates have attained their rank through martial prowess. If we wound their pride, negotiation may still be on the table. This is a new challenge.
I'm a little worried.
Yeah.
Right, a new situation calls for new tactics. We have to build up our strength by hunting bounties and the like, or we may end up over our heads. Infiltrating. Short, decisive battles. Unlike previous operations, time is of the essence when infiltrating. You will need to keep your battles short, defeating the officers within a certain number of turns. All the officers are quite strong. Each will require you to be tactical. Gather information about them in town and utilize requests to strengthen your abilities to give yourself a fighting chance.
Then...
maybe we could dig up some dirt through an informant. Who knows? They might have a weakness we can exploit.
Got it.
Well then, before we can secure our route to his quarters, it sounds like we have to do some digging before the day of the soiree.
Let's focus.
Operation. Infiltrate the Char Radius. A mission with a deadline has begun. Be cautious of storms and inclement weather conditions that may occur around Bridlehaven. Meet with your allies in Warship Harbor to infiltrate Luis's Gauntlet Runner. The interior of Luis's Gauntlet Runner is divided into 4 areas: the crew quarters, the starboard quarter, the port quarter, and the bridge. You'll need to obtain a special key from the person in charge of the bridge in the deepest part of the ship. Don't forget, you need to gain access to Luis's quarters by the day of the soiree.
Let's head there.
Luis's Gauntlet Runner, huh?
Boy, there!
Alright, let's take us a save. Okay, Exhausted woman.
What should I do?
At this rate, they'll surely die. Must my hands always be stained with the blood of children?
Huh?
Sorry, blood and children? Oh, have I seen you somewhere before? Now that I mention it, I do recall seeing an elder boy at the exhibition. One that looked to be the same age as... They say you've been traveling across the country, helping all those in need. That's true? Then may I ask for your aid as well?
Pity.
During a training exercise, the city's guard corps were ambushed by a human. There were many casualties, especially among the youngest recruits. I need a special medicine to save them. The shop's stocks are exhausted. I can't make it myself, as it requires ingredients found only within a monster-infested forest. I'll get them. You'll do it, truly. I cannot thank you enough. Medicine is derived from a fruit called the dragon thistleberry. I hear it grows in the Gracia Forest. Perhaps it would be wise to learn about the monsters that inhabit that place first. An informant may know more.
If you can help.
One dragon thistleberry isn't going to be enough to save everyone, so I'll need 7. I know it'll be difficult, but lives depend on it.
Let's give it a shot.
Whoa.
This must be Gracia Forest. There should be places to park the runner between the trees.
We'll face danger here.
Okay.
Well met, eh? Wonderful.
Let's see.
All right then.
What the hell? Is there a weapon shop potentially somewhere? Somewhere I haven't been?
Oi! Oi!
Merchant's
Right
Bazaar?
then.
What is it? Wonder if I could have been one of those.
Hey. Hello. What's your plan for today? I get restless too, but I suppose it's important to let off steam, So I'm in a bit of a bind. This regards Lord Hydron, that landowner in Grand Trad. My family's old caretaker mentioned the other day. Rumors say he's clever, not in a good way. I'm lost about how to approach him.
Understood.
Yeah, let's not do that right now.
Hey there.
I'm in trouble.
Damn it all. My clients are expecting a delivery soon. And these fool horns are hardly an ideal canvas for my outstanding workmanship. Hey, what's got you hollering like that? Oh, I'm simply a craftsman who takes pride in my exacting detail and peerless skill. I take monster horns and engrave them, transforming them into beautiful ornaments. But my technique has progressed to the level where these middling horns can't withstand the intricate level of detail that I try to grace them with. They fall apart as I'm working.
Oh, yeah?
That's too bad. If only there was a horn that was tough enough to withstand your technique. Oh, but that's the thing. There is a horn worthy of my skill. Apparently, within the Forsaken Tower, there is a giant called Orgus, whose horn surpasses all others. That tower is infested with monsters. The ebony horn is basically impossible for a normal person to retrieve.
I'm in trouble now.
Why I think the task could only be completed by someone who demonstrated a great amount of valor at the exhibition of the brave. If only someone like that was about. I'll do it. Oh, can it be? Now that I get a better look at you, it is. You're the young candidate that everyone is talking about. Yes, of course. You could say me in my darkest hour. What's with the theatrics? It's obvious he recognized you right away. Whatever. You're going to give us a reward for this, right? Of course, of course. My pockets are overflowing with advance payments from countless patrons of the arts. Like I mentioned, you can find the Orgus within the nest of monsters known as the Forsaken Tower, located north of town.
Please?
If you want more details, an informant would be your best bet. There should be one at the Greatest Catch. You know, the tavern in the Inn District.
Let's give it a shot. Gotta get prepared.
Great. Let's head to the Greatest Catch and speak to that informant then. That's a tavern in the Inn District.
Say there.
Blast this heat.
Young man! Young man! Say there.
Here we go. Let's check out the weapon shop.
Hey! What are you pining for?
Forgiveness Day. Fortune's Bludgeon. Holy shit. Alright. Craze. Okay. So maybe it would be a good idea to wait for the Forgiveness Day to get some deals.
Young man.
Welcome.
My, are you here to buy armor? Yep, again about Forgiveness Day. Maximilian armor. Okay. Boxer's headgear. I do kind of want to pick this up for Hulkenberg. It also prevents paralysis. Well, let's save our Reeve for now. We'll come back on the sale.
Young man.
Let's make sure there's no items we need.
Ah, you've come.
Alright. Bye. We'll get some more revival medicine. Maybe just 10. Okay.
Now then.
Sell all. Nice.
Thank you kindly.
Greetings.
Welcome. Oh my, what a young customer. And yet that's quite the sword at your belt. We pride ourselves on being a purveyor of only the finest apparel for the Navy, as well as local sailors. In addition to clothing, we also sell a variety of unusual accessories. Oceania is not just full of fishmongers, you know. Imports and maritime trade are the key to business in these parts. Now let me find something that's absolutely perfect for you, dear. Let me think. Since it's Arbor's Day, how about this rejuvenation bell? It chimes pleasantly as it sways in the wind. Simply listen to this lovely sound to feel refreshed, no matter how exhausted you may be. Sure. I'll buy it. I'd like another one. As expected, you have excellent judgment. It looks fantastic on you. Every day of the week, I'll be waiting with a new item just perfect for you. Do you come again? Okay, let's see.
All right then.
Let's see if we can find this other inn with the informant.
What is it? What is it you're looking for?
Fancy a trip around Brylehaven? Leave it to me. Let's see. Maybe it's in
Feel free to
the
stop by anytime.
in district.
Oi! Oh.
All right then.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Ah, the Greatest Catch Tavern. Okay.
I'm just...
Hey, listen.
Fancy a bit of info?
When he makes the world go round, as the saying goes, long as you've got it, you can do pretty much anything. So what do you want to know? Alright. We need all of these.
Fancy a bit of info?
There's a man named Sergeant Xanth among Luis's subordinates. He's the officer in charge of the Turadius' crew quarters. Naturally, he's a tough customer. Xanth. Oh, that important looking guy we saw at the Turadius the other day. What an acquaintance of yours? And you might know this already, but he's a large man wearing armor who holds strength is justice as his creed. I hear he was once a competitor at the Coliseum too.
Just between us.
He's strong, of course, but not invulnerable. Rumor is he's weak against burn and poison. Since he's wearing all that armor, it's hard for him to just take it off and deal with those. I'm sure paralysis and stun will work well too. But Luis values power, and so while the old battle axe might have some weaknesses, if Luis trusts him, you can bet he's strong as blazes.
Gotcha.
See, we'll have to find ways to inflict status ailments, of course. And it'll certainly be a dangerous fight if we don't do a bit of training first. No such thing as being too prepared, so let's head there when we're sure we're ready. Alright. Quarter Chief Saba.
Fancy a bit of info?
That old fart, Maintenance Chief Saba, eh? He's in charge of the starboard corridor. Can't take a joke, so I've never gotten along with him. He's as strong as you'd expect, considering the authority he's been given. His magic that repels attacks is especially impressive. As you can guess, if you try to physically attack him, he'll bounce right back at you. The more you put into it, the more you'll end up hurting.
Just between us.
That said, his barrier doesn't repel magic. The magic isn't especially effective either, from what I hear. To win, you'll need to find a way to perform physical attacks without having them bounce back at you. Pfft. Not that I expect you'll end up fighting him.
Let's see.
The guy sounds like a massive pain in the... If we don't improve our skills, we'll be done for. So, there must be a way that I can, like, dispel the buff, possibly. And since he uses magic that repels physical attacks, we'll want to find some way to dispel that too. Alright, Port Corridor Master Gleckham.
Fancy a bit of info?
Master Sergeant Gleckham is in charge of the Port Corridor. Quite frankly, he's an absolute loon. Don't tell him I said that, though I value my life. He's an intense person in a lot of ways, but the way he fights in particular is, as I said, quite mad. He starts yelling like a madman and swings his axe all around him. You'll want to watch out for it, or it'll daze you. If I recall correctly, the magic shop sells equipment that protects against that. Might be worth checking
Just
out.
between us.
All the blood rushes to his head, so he falls for being provoked really easily though. If you bring someone to act as a decoy along, I think you could beat him without much hassle. Ha! Ideally, you won't have to fight him, but if you do, keep that in mind.
I guess so.
We'll need a decoy then. You know, I think there's a skill that would be useful, but if we aren't strong enough, our decoy could fall, and our strategy would be ruined. Let's ensure we improve our combat skills before fighting him. Bridge, Juna Devotee, Cabio.
Fancy a bit of info?
The Charadius helmsman, Cabio, is stationed on the bridge. He's a fervent supporter of Lady Juna. I have to say, I know how he feels. She acts so sweet and has such a lovely voice. I'm swooning here. I'd almost think she was a goddess.
Come on!
We're not paying for that. What's his fighting style? You planning to spar with him? Well, he's the only one Luis granted the privilege of being the helmsman amongst all his minions, so you can bet he's a strong one.
Just between us.
Having said that, he's weak to electric. I hear he had a traumatic experience in the storm once. And rumor has it, when the weather gets rough, he even turns the steering over to his second-in-command. Pretty solid evidence, isn't it?
Thanks.
Guess we'd better prepare some electric magic then. But he's one of Luis's hand-picked officers, so it might be a tough fight no matter what. If time permits, we should train a bit before fighting him. Slow and steady wins the race after all. No point in hurrying. Alright, security guard Salvo.
Fancy a bit of info?
Salvo, you say? He's the Charadius' guard chief. Got some business with him. It's not someone you'll have an opportunity to meet with often. His job's to patrol the Charadius, on the lookout for intruders. Chief of Security is no pushover. He's a powerful opponent who earned Luis's trust with his strength. They say he's got an almighty igniter that can damage any foe. Won't be easy to guard against that.
Just between us.
I hear he's weak to projectiles and lances, though. Maybe his reaction time's slow. What with wearing that big helmet and all. And that's about it. Remember that on the off chance you find yourself against him.
I guess so.
No doubt he's powerful if he's in charge of Luis's guards. If we don't come at him with all we've got, we're in trouble. We need to be confident when we're ready to fight. Oh, and he uses almighty magic, right? Sounds like it'll be trouble. But maybe we can retaliate with some of our own. Alright, Avian of Gracia Forest.
Want in on this?
I'm guessing you're after Dragon Thistleberry? The Cocasados, the lords over that area loves them too, so be careful. The Cocasados will unleash terrifying attacks if it sees an opening. Some might even kill you instantly. Holy shit. I'd recommend having magic that hardens your defenses, and I hear it's weak to projectiles, so having those wouldn't hurt neither.
Just between us.
Hope your Dragon Thistleberry hunt goes swimmingly.
Got it.
Got it. Let's make sure we prepare thoroughly, BloodFox. Okay. Fiend of the Forsaken Tower.
Want in on this?
Because most people normally stay away from the Forsaken Tower, it's become a complete den of monsters. The Forsaken Tower is here. It's really in the middle of nowhere, isn't it?
And right there's a labyrinth.
Whew. Among them, there's a particularly powerful giant called the Orgus.
Just between us.
Be careful when it stores up power. Its next attack will hurt. Let's just say, so keep your defenses up. But I've heard that if you can remove its buff before its next attack, the rampage won't be so bad. Fortunately, it also seems to be weak against dark magic. You'd best make sure you can use some of that. Okay. Ingredients of Oceania.
Cheers.
There are a lot of shops in Browhaven dealing in rare ingredients. There are even stands selling meat harvested from monsters and such. Other than that, there's the butcher who sells marbled bluefin tuna and briny salt from the water shop. Well, the only specialty good you can get from the village nearby is really mellow milk. What's rare depends on the person, I suppose. You cook, do you? I respect that. There is more to you than strength. That reminds me, the younger of the Magnus brothers is cooking. Said too much, forget it. Alright.
Cheers.
Do you know a village called Inundo, a little ways up north of here? It might look abandoned at first glance, but there's still shopping to do there. Then again, they sell mostly rubbish like rusty weapons and armor. Maybe if you polished them up, you'd find some rare treasures. They also sell Hell's Boiling Bath Bomb. which is bath salt. Mellow milk, as well as toothbrushes, their specialty. That's about all I can think of. Stop by if you're heading that direction. Alright.
Hey, listen. I'm just incredulous.
So, by the sounds of it, I think we need to take on the commander role for a bit.
Now?
So, we will take on that role ourselves.
I see. Fascinating. This right here, all right?
Yes, please.
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
Alright.
Really?
So this is the power of the commander's soul. I shall use it to support my comrades valiantly. I'll support everyone if that is the best way to do so. Alright, the commander archetype has awakened.
New skills, new possibilities.
Yep. Guess we gotta pick up that weapon from the shop also.
Alright then.
Alright, let's see.
Let's go.
What are you pining for?
We'll pick this up right now. Where is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, seems like we have quite a bit to tackle, but I think this is good for now. We'll end this part here, and we'll continue doing these other quests in the next part in preparation for infiltrating the Char Radius. But thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next part of Metaphor ReFantazio. Toodaloo!